Testing, 1, 2, 3. I hope this thing is on. Anyway, guys, this is my first live, but this is unlisted initially. So, unless you have a link, you can't view my live. So, but rest assured, this was recorded live. I think about 5:30 a.m. Friday. And I was initially going to do it 3 a.m. Saturday, but I woke up and I couldn't sleep, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this live now. So this is my first. It's labeled live 6 because it's officially the 6th time I went live on this channel since achieving 1K. But I'm going to tentatively title this one BlatherCast. So, and this is an experiment. I'm going to try to go unedited. So, I mean, my videos tend to be heavily edited, not as like making edits to do a great video, sorta. But I often screw up. If you ever watch me live on Pocket Metal or Mattisfaction, you could tell I have trouble talking. You know, I mean, you all heard the story. I had a stroke, and then I went from not being able to talk to being able to talk right now. You know, so anyway, I just wanted to do a sort of a podcast. I mean, a live. I don't know what you call it, where I just talk about anything. I'm going to mostly it's always going to be about knives, knives will be in it. So, yeah, you could see this knife is, I think it's the Suncut episode. And I always bought this, or I bought this knife with an intention of customizing it. I was going to acid etch and something on the blade. I was going to do something with this G10, like a die. I was going to do the liners and all the hardware. I was going to do something with, and I never got around to it. I don't know what happened. One thing led to another, and it was just sitting on my desk for I don't know, maybe 6 months or a little less. I don't know. You can see when I introduced it, if you remember when I introduced it, you can remember me talking about it. Remember, this is unedited, so if I screw up, I screw up. I'm not going to go back and edit this. But, yeah, so I never got around to it. I don't know if I'm ever going to get around to it unless somebody insists that I do something with this, or maybe just give it away. I don't know. So, this is going to be unscripted. I'm going to talk about anything. Future BlatherCast, BlatherCast. Future BlatherCast, I'm going to do it live. I mean, I'm doing it live right now, but it's unlisted. I'm going to list it when it's going to be live, and I'll have an audience. So I'll take questions, and you can ask me anything. You can ask me anything about my life or about my limited knowledge of knives or anything. But I'm going to limit that things I don't want to talk about. I don't want to talk about politics. I don't want to talk about religion or race or anything like that unless I bring it up. But I'm probably not going to bring it up because I hate politics and I don't hate religion, but I don't want to talk about religion or anything racial. I think that covers me. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to still do regular videos, but when I can't sleep, it's mainly when I can't sleep, I'm going to do some kind of live so I can just talk about anything or bore myself to sleep. So I haven't touched this, I haven't started resanding this pocket clip to make it a little bit, I don't know, I just want to make it, just shave it off a little bit more. And I think when I do that, I think I would be able to get the screw that totally set flush. It's you can see it's just peeking out a little bit, and that's as far as I can get it. But that doesn't bother me. I mean, I just want to just make it perfect. But the clip is totally on there. It's totally attached. So when I wasn't lying, both screws go in. And this knife is so, I really like this knife. I don't think I'll end up kept picking up the Chevrolet or Chevrolet. I can't say this word. I'll just call the Chevrolet that they just released. I mean, I don't think I like that knife. I saw a lefty on lefty on his not lefty's cast, Grumpy's live cast. He called it a dick blade, and for some reason I kind of agree. I mean, I just don't like it. If it's all, the handle was almost cool, but it has a cutout, you know, for almost a placement for your fingers on the blade. This one does not. It's not, you know, it's just so generic, so simple. It just is the perfect knife. You can put your fingers on it, anything, anywhere, and it not be told to, you know, like this knife is saying, you have to put your finger there, and then you have to put your other finger between these two humps. I don't know. I thought this knife was fantastic, and this blade, it has a big belly. It has a tall belly, like I like my knives usually. I'm not. I don't think I have any knives that I don't like around me. Maybe yeah. You know. Again, this is unscripted. I may blather on. Oh, you can see me fuck up. This knife, super tall belly, super tall knife. I love this knife because of it. I don't like slender, pointy knives. I don't think I have any knives to say or show you an example of, because I don't tend to buy knives like that. And you know, everybody was talking about the Kaiser Original. That's the kind of knife that's not for me. It's just a skinny, pointy blade, and I just don't like those kind of knives. I like interesting knives. I'm different. I like interesting knives. I don't like the typical knife. And I like Kaiser knives, but I didn't like the Kaiser original. I'll say this is maybe a perfect knife that I usually don't like, but I liked it. I don't know why, but this is an example of a knife that I don't typically like. You know, like, I don't know. I think the lanyard option drew me to liking this knife, but I typically don't like blue, and I typically don't like long skinny blades. So I still have to work on this knife. I think the pocket clip and the lanyard option drew me in. I liked how the lanyard looked. So this is a project knife. Now that I found my Dremel, I'm going to make this access to the liner a little bit deeper or longer. And yeah, I don't like blue, but I like the micarta, so I don't know. So when I do these videos, typically I'll do them live, and I'll have an audience, maybe 1 or 2 people, or maybe more. I don't know if it gets popular. And I'll take questions, and hopefully people will ask me about certain knives. And I'm not like an expert knife, and I don't even keep up on the latest trends. I mean, I notice a lot of knives that are coming out, but I don't necessarily buy them. So when you have a quick look or me a review, those are kind of knives that I took an interest in, and I bought them. And I mostly buy all my knives for the videos myself. I don't ever nobody graces me with a knife for a review other than the Apex pass around. So I don't know why. I just don't have like people sending me knives to review. Maybe I have to ask for it. I don't know. Anyway, you've seen this knife on my channel, and I'm gonna do a video on it today, hopefully. This is a chubby little bastard, if you can see. It's a chubby little bastard. And I like it. I don't know, I just like it because it's, oh, let's try to open it. It's a front flipper, and I normally don't like front flippers, but for me, for this time, I really like the front flipper aspect of it, because it's, I mean, I don't want a flipper tab, and I don't want a thumb stud. I want it to be as skinny as possible this way, and in order to achieve that, you have to do it a front flipper. But anyway, what I was going to say, this reminded me of the Mora knife. It's the Eldris, I think. I don't remember. It's the little short, stubby Mora that's kind of a neck knife, and it's about this long. But as a pocket folder, an outdoorsman type pocket folder. And this is not a Scandi grind. So at first I thought it was a hollow grind, and I'm not really totally sure. It's either a flat grind or I think it's a flat grind. But at first I thought it was a hollow grind, but it's not. I think it's just a flat grind. This bastard is very sharp. You saw me doing what do you call it? Shorts. I did a short video, and I was showing it off, and then I didn't intentionally drop it. It looks like I intentionally drop it. Sometimes I drop a knife intentionally on the video, and then I like do a rewind effect. But it slipped out. I think I was thinking about it. Anyway, I dropped it, and it opened. I don't know how it opened. Maybe it bounced and then just opened because I didn't see it. So I picked it up after the video, and I thought nothing of it. And then I was just flipping it and like screwing around with it. And about 15 minutes later, I looked back down at my. I was I was going to get up, and then I looked back down, and my foot was like bleeding. And I'm like, what? I have nerve damage in this foot, and I didn't know I cut myself. I don't. It didn't show initially when I picked up the knife, so it was like super not deep, I guess, because it didn't show that I cut myself until I looked at it 10 or 15 minutes later. But anyway, it was kind of funny. You know, I always cut myself on my lower foot or leg, and I don't have any feeling in them, so I didn't know. But let's talk about the knife. I have been carrying it, but I've been carrying. Can you hear my cat meowing in the background? I'm gonna leave that in. I'm gonna not take out anything. Anyway, I'm gonna remove the pocket clip, and I think it's a pocket dropper type of knife. I'm gonna tie a lanyard, and then I have these Ranger bands. I think this is called a Ranger band. That's what I call them. Basically, they're inner tubes that you stretch around things. And I have like some on my pistol, rifle. I just use it as an accessory attacher. But I'm going to probably treat this as a pocket dropper. And then I have like a really skinny, really tight Ranger bands. And then I'm going to like throw a Ranger band on it and just use it as a pocket dropper. Because I have a feeling this knife is easy to open. So if it's in my pocket, I can see it probably, if it scoots over in the pocket, it would open up, and then I would just have an accident, a happy accident, and cut myself. But I just don't necessarily like the pocket clip on there. It's so chubby and fat. You don't really, the pocket clip's there, but I don't necessarily, because it's straight. So that's good because you don't feel it poking up at you. But I think it would be fantastic if it had an option to not have the pocket clip on there. If I ever go outdoors, and I'm probably going to try to do some kind of outdoors activity, camping or whatever, this year, I'm gonna treat this like an outdoor knife. Really abuse it. It's 154 cm, so it's a good steel. I like it. I was watching David C. Anderson, and this led me to buy this knife because he liked it. Anyway, so this is the Kaiser Comfort, I believe. This is a new knife. This came this week, so you can see my magnet. And people watching this video, if you made it to this point, I'm gonna send you a magnet. So you have to enter this word, the word below "what a lovely day" in the comments, and I'll do a drawing and you can win this magnet. So this is a a 3-inch magnet, so it's 3 inches tall, but it's not 3 inches wide because it's an odd shape. You know, you can, it's kind of small, but it's very detailed, very nice printing job. I got this sticker mule, and like I said, it's a magnet, and I just ordered 10 of them. So I would like to see what they look like 3 inches. But I ordered a 4-inch sticker, and then I ordered a bunch of 3-inch stickers too. So, and the stickers haven't come yet. I don't know if I made a community post that I ordered the stickers from Zug Monster, and they sent me the wrong stickers, and so I think the 3-inch stickers will arrive before the 4-inch stickers, but the 4-inch stickers were supposed to be here, but they sent me someone else's stickers, and I had to send them back. They paid for it and everything, but you know, it was my time. I got this logo design printed on a t-shirt, and the t-shirt is available right now, but if you want to buy it, go ahead, but probably hold off, because I'm not going to do an announcement other than this video about the t-shirt that I have available now. But I'm going to redesign this logo, basically reassemble this logo, because this design is all in parts. Mostly it's in Illustrator, but I use some other software, and I ended up making a little bit low res, like a 200 res over a 300 res. It was a large size, but it was still like a 200 res versus 300 res. And I normally, when I work in print, I usually do 200 or a 300 res. But when I work in a digital format, I tend to do it a little smaller, but a huge size. But I think it matters for print that you should use more res. I haven't been a print designer since 1999 or something, and I've mostly do stuff digital. So lower res but a larger size tends to work out as a digital. So the stickers, the sticker could be like 3 times this size and it would still look good. But for a shirt, I think the shirts came out a little bit lower res. Pocket Metal and other people said they look great I think, you know, but Pocket Metal said you should he suggested you should go 300 res, and so I mean, I knew something was wrong, I think, on the shirt. I'm like, yeah, it looks good, but you know, the typography and the edges and stuff, they just didn't quite look as good as they could be. This type looked fine, but this, you can see there's a date there and the last Ranger here. Anyway, I'm going to fix the logo, and then I'm going to upload it, and then when I announce it, that's the time to buy. But you know, if you can't wait and you think, I did a community post of the shirt, and if you think it looks like, you can buy it or not buy it. Anyway, that's a long-winded explanation. So I'm probably going to cut this one. I'm going to try to make this video a half hour or something, because it's mostly a test live. And look for the next live to be a lot longer, because I mean, I'm not going to have a set time. unless I have a lot of people watching this video at the time when I do it, and it's it's listed, I'm not gonna like do 3-hour videos. In fact, I have the most uncomfortable office chair. I kind of like it because it hurts my ass and it makes me stand up and walk around every 45 minutes because it's so uncomfortable to sit longer, like longer than an hour. It hurts my ass. But I always meant to get a decent office chair, but that would keep me in it. So I went with the most uncomfortable office chair because it's just, I want to walk. I don't want to sit. So when I attend lives on other people's show, I tend to sit on my couch. So it's very much comfortable. I can sit on it for hours. I shouldn't, but I could. So I'm probably going to get a more comfortable office chair if the videos tend to run long. This knife, I don't know if you guys like this knife, but I find myself carrying this knife a lot. I very much like red, so that's automatically this knife is red. If you can't tell, it's just a little bit. This is G10 and this is aluminium. So if you see all the video, I reverse the pivot. The screw hole normally is on the show side, and that's pretty stupid. And it's very stupid if you caught my video that I can use the knife still and flip this around. So I have a nice clean show side with the screw on the other side. But anyway, I like this knife. This is 154 cm, but as 154 cm, this knife was like $66 or something like that. But I used my TLR 10 discount code at White Mountain Knives and made it about $59 or $60. I don't remember. But this is 154 cm knife, and this is a 154 cm knife. These prices are a lot different. This is basically $60 knife. This is basically maybe $100 knife. I don't know if being aluminum, it's extra price. I mean, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I just like the knife. People have a problem with, I think that people have a problem with this knife because it was kind of expensive, but I like this knife. Maybe I'm seeing past the price. I love the design of the knife. So, I mean, if it was like $150 or maybe $130, I probably wouldn't have bought the knife. But the price would be definitely a cutoff to a point. But $110, but I used my code and got $10 off, or so. I think it was like about $100, maybe a little less when I used my code. That didn't turn me off. I'm like, oh, I'll pay that for that because I like this knife. This knife is so fidgety, but it's like, it's a flipper tab, and you can't flip it out. I can't flip it out just by touching the blade. And it's as if you watch a video. I tend to favor flippers because they're so easy to open. Not that I like the crossbar lock. I like finger flicking too, but sometimes I always am drawn still to a flipper tab. And this is a minimal flipper tab. It's just, I've been carrying this knife and cutting with it like ever since I got it. It's in my pocket. I'm like, oh, I'll carry this. I'll carry this today, and then I'll see this. I'm like, oh, I'll drop this in my pocket too. So I think it's rested in my pocket a lot as a secondary or a primary. In fact, when I carried this the other day and I picked up my daughter and I was fiddling around with this, I had this in my pocket too. Anyway, I like this knife. It's very, yeah, weighing this in my hand, this is about 6 ounces probably. You know, this is 3 ounces max, maybe less. This is very light. This is very heavy. I'm not trying to get you guys to buy it. I'm just telling you, I really like this knife. It's very, very well designed, very, very good looking. I'm a designer, so I tend to like really good lines, and this knife's good looking. And you know, this knife normally I wouldn't like a skinny blade like this, but I like the swedge, and I like this reverse tanto like knife, like tip. It has a sort of a big tall belly, but yeah, I just like it. Anyway, I want to give something away that people struggle through this video to watch. I don't know what I'll give away, but I'll probably, if you type this word in orange, if you type this word in orange in the comments, you'll be entered to win a magnet at least, and probably something else. Maybe a sticker, or more, maybe a 4-inch sticker, because I don't know when I'm going to do the drawing. Or maybe a knife. Maybe you'll win a knife too. So I would reward people that watch this. You can see my little flashlight. I finally opened the box. I got this for free doing an Olight sale. It's a keychain light. Sort of. I think it's cool. It's really cool. The size of it. I have it at my desk. This is a titanium doodad. You could see not the Brotherhood of Steel. What are these guys? These are the evil version of a Brotherhood of Steel, the cast outs, right? Yeah. And you've seen this in my video. This is people ask me, like, is that a pen? Yeah, it's a pen. Probably everyone knows that, but some people don't. And this is a pen with a frag pattern. But I was going to say, this is an aluminum. They come in titanium too. It's like titanium version is like $100. The aluminum version is way too expensive at $50, maybe $49. But I picked this up on GP Knives. I don't remember the brand at the moment in my head. It's like starts with an A. But if anyone wants to know, I'll answer it in the comment when I have a computer next to me, or I remember. Oh, I was going to say, I got this wood from JN. He's also called Ninja. He sent me, he made a cane, and he sent me 2 pieces of wood. He made a cane for me out of wood, and I don't know if I've ever showed it on video. I'll have to show it on video because I use it sometimes. I mean, I take it with me, and I don't necessarily have to use it all the time, but it's good that I can let it ride in my truck or something. Anyway, he sent this to me. I don't know what people use this wood for. Maybe as a worry stone, worry wood stone. But I use it to make my hands feel better. You know, I have like something going on with my hands. I think I have arthritis, but I've never went to the doctor and found out. And I don't always have pain in my hands, but sometimes I do. If I find if I squeeze this piece of wood, it seems to help. So I was going to tie that to this knife. I found myself squeezing this knife handle because it's fat and girthy. And this knife makes my hand feel like this wood. It just makes my hand feel good. So that's an added benefit. Plus that when I hold this knife and squeeze this knife, if I'm like, if I remove the pocket clip, it would be fantastic. All right, guys, I'm not gonna bore you any longer. This video is about 36 minutes. I don't think. Let me take a drink. The beverage is Crystal Light. Let me know, is Crystal Light good? I like it. Will I have brain cancer for Crystal Light? I don't know. I usually mix a jug up using this 2 Crystal Light sleeves. This jug is like a milk carton of Crystal Light, and I drink this Crystal Light. I like water, but I find having a little bit of flavor in the water makes me drink more water. I don't know if it's good for you or not, but I think it has a little bit of caffeine in it, and I like it. So, oh, I'm gonna do a video on this today too. This is the little Kershaw. For some reason I don't remember the name of it. Oh, it's the Esteem, the Esteem. This is a double detent slip joint knife. It's very tough. It's almost it's tougher than the Federalist to break the detent. But you should have no fear if it takes a lot to break out a detent or break this detent. But I like this. Let's see if I have the Federalist around me. I'm probably going to do knife disassemblies and other stuff like that too on this live, but I digress. So you can see how it matches in size to the Federalist. I don't know what's with me. I love the Federalist. I don't know what's with me, but I love what Kershaw's doing with the double detents. Like, this is a traditional / modern design. And at first, I don't like. I mean, I really don't like this look of other knives that they've been releasing. But I like this knife. When I saw it, I'm like, I have to have that knife. I think that would be a nice pocket dropper, like to replace this. I mean, I like this. Is also 90% of the time, this is also in my pocket. I like this knife. This is the Civivi Kiwi. This is so not nice knife. I use this for a lot of stuff. But this is on bearings. it could close. Has a double detent locking system, but it's very dangerous. This has the same double detent system. It's a two-handed knife, but you have to really press to disengage this. And I don't know if it's the double detent is steel or ceramic. Maybe I'll take it apart and show you guys. I did a takeaway on this one, and a person asked me if it was steel or ceramic, and I didn't remember. So watching the video again, I'm like, I didn't call it out, but I think it's steel. So, and I don't want to take it apart again. So anyway, I see a lot of people are waking up now. I'm getting a lot of messages on, not for me, but just in general, a lot of messages on this message app that we use. So that tells me it's after 6 a.m., maybe 6:30 a.m., or maybe later than that, 6:45. Yeah, I'll let you guys go. This is, again, oh, my Xbox just turned on. I have a ghost in the system that my Xbox turns on often on its own, and I don't know what's wrong with it. But, yeah, I'm probably going to let you guys go. This has been an experiment. This is going to be called tentatively the BlatherCast. I'll probably always call it live something, what number live, but on the subtitle, I'll probably call it BlatherCast, and you'll know that it's a live, that's unscripted, and I tape it when I can't sleep or I want to talk about more stuff with no constraints in the video size or number. So anyway, I said it's unscripted, but I'll probably try to like make notes and topics, and I'll pull from a list. I'm like, oh, I always wanted to talk about so and so, and then I'll be able to look at this list and like, okay, I'll talk about this, that. So it won't be totally unscripted, but I mean, it would just be a word like Civivi. What was this? Oh, conspirator. And then I'm like, oh, I want to talk about the conspirator. And then I'll try to remember what I wanted to talk about. Anyway, guys, there's my power armor figure. Anyway, guys, I'll just let you go. I think my cats, they see me up from the bed and they're like, I need a treat. I need a treat, bastard. That's why Orbit, he's a treat monster. He's walking around meowing. He wants a treat. Anyway, take care, Wastelanders.